They are my dessert of choice. I'm just leaving it there. The bread. The bread. The bread. It's the bread for me. Hello guys, we are back. Today, I'll be sharing with you my 2020 best food discoveries. Now, we all know we've been quarantined for a very long time. It's been 9 months. And throughout that quarantine process, I have discovered many food shops, some new, some old, that have captured my attention and my money. The food items that I'll be discussing today are food that I have personally bought, and this is just my honest opinion. It's just me appreciating the good food that has come into my life this 2020. This list actually has a mix of sweet, savory, and more sweet and more savory. All the food that I'll be mentioning will have links down below. So the first two items I'm gonna mention are both cookies. I love cookies. They are my dessert of choice. So it wouldn't be best 2020 food discoveries without cookies. The first cookie is from Baker's Cookies. I have been consistently buying Baker's cookies throughout this whole quarantine period. It's just the best balance of sweet and salty. The two cookies that I'll mention are the best cookies I've ever tasted in my whole life. I'm just leaving it there. Baker's, as I mentioned, is a balance of both sweet and salty because it uses dark chocolate instead of the regular semi-sweet chocolate. The best part about it is the salt on top of the cookie. It just adds the most amazing touch to the cookie. You can have it warm, so it's gonna be like gooey inside, or I recently discovered this later half of the year. You can actually have it cold. Cold cookie club is the way to go. Another beautiful part about Baker's Cookies is that it was a fundraiser for Tara Tulong Tayo, for daily wage earners who were unfortunately affected by the quarantine and by the pandemic. The next cookie is Bake Scout cookies. Let me get it. This one is Bake Scout. I actually have some right now. We usually have cookies in this household no matter what because, you know, I love cookies. We got the 24 pieces. Probably like 20 are for me and 4 are for Jude. Similar to Baker's Cookies, they're just the right balance of everything good in this world. You know, sweet and salty. They're just a little bit thinner than Baker's Cookies, I think. This is the biggest size of cookie jar, I think. And the best part about this is if you order their cookie jars, you can just buy refills. And that's amazing. Like, less packaging waste, right? Actually, I'm gonna have one right now. So the cookie looks like this. Of course, I put it in the ref to be a chilled cookie. I don't know if you can see the salt in it, but like that's the salt on that cookie. And cookie break. Let me just finish this cookie. My dog is looking at me like, cheers. As I was saying, Bake Scout also makes other desserts, like their burnt basque cheesecake is actually also pretty good. You should check it out. Now moving towards, it's still a carb, but it's a different kind of carb. It's a bread. It's a bread this time. Next food discovery that I'll be mentioning is Milk and Honey cinnamon rolls. These cinnamon rolls are so pretty. Like, I don't even want to eat them, but they're so good. You know how the filling makes or breaks the cinnamon roll? The filling of this cinnamon roll is just rich and creamy. Cream cheese, like it's legit cream cheese, because you can also taste the sourness of it. The bread. It's the bread for me. The bread is so soft, like you're biting into pillows. Need I say more? I swear, all their breads and creations are too pretty to eat, but I'm gonna eat it anyway. So they have flour bread, they have like a dulce de leche, pink dulce de leche cinnamon roll, as well as coffee buns. Their coffee buns are also good. The next item that I'll be mentioning is a powder. Well, it's a powder drink. A powder that you can make into a drink. A powder drink. The Superfoods Grocers Matcha powder. So there are no artificial flavors or colors. What's inside of this is actually the matcha. So I use the Superfood Grocers matcha powder to make matcha latte. Usually you whisk it with a bamboo whisk. I just use a normal whisk, but I bought a bamboo whisk recently. I don't know if it's, if it adds anything, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I just add either soy milk or almond milk to it. It is so good. So I hope it doesn't spill. So it's a small pouch. It's like this tiny, like it's almost just as big as my hand. That's it. It's just like green tea, 100% pure matcha, no added coloring or flavoring. It's just like this. Again, matcha latte, try it. The next item in my list is now a savory food item. It's bacon from Bacon Spot. If you're a fan of smoky and thick bacon slices, you will love Bacon Spot's bacon. Sometimes I even use it for K-barbecue because it's so good. I've had so much bacon throughout this whole quarantine. It's pretty insane, so I'm kind of laying off some bacon first. Now, the person who introduced this actually to me is my sister, Aya. This bacon is life-changing, swear. You should try it. Promise you won't regret it. And it's huge. It's huge. The next item on my list is actually not anything new or not local. It's not local. I discovered it this 2020. I cannot not have it in my ref. I need it for pancakes. It's just the best with pancakes. It's the Reese's peanut butter chips. I love peanut butter. I love that I can make peanut butter chip pancakes so easily because of this. I bought mine from Landers, but there are online shops who also sell this. The next item on my list is another savory item, and it's Steak Supply's Angus Prime Steak. I don't eat as much meat as I once did just because I'm trying to lower my meat intake. But when we do have meat in this household, it's Steak Supply steak. It's so thick and so juicy. It's full of steak fat. I love steak fat. It's just perfect. It comes in like a vacuum sealed packaging, so you know that it will be delivered to you fresh. So the next item is another cookie. Is it considered a cookie? I think so. It's Margarita Forest's Crinkles. There's like a legendary crinkle in this universe called the ADB Crinkles. Margarita Forest, I think, came up with her own version of it. I stumbled upon this by chance by just reading an article on Facebook. I've been sort of in a crinkle craze, if you could call it that. It's ooey and gooey in the inside. It's not super sweet. It's not nakakaumay. Next up is Cheat Days Twix Bars. I love Twix as the chocolate. I think if not Kit Kat, Twix is my favorite chocolate. When I heard about this, I was like, yes. The concept of a Twix bar is like layers of shortbread, then dulce de leche, and then like dark chocolate. For cheat day, they sprinkle like sea salt on top. It's so good. Another balance between sweet and salty. Like this list actually. This list is actually all sweet and salty stuff. Okay, and the last item on my list, I think it's Vega. Vega, their nuggets. So this is like a vegetarian friendly nugget. It's meat free, and the taste and the texture of this nugget, it's like you don't even know it's not made of meat. It's made of plant-based protein, and it's, I think, a brand of San Miguel Foods. It doesn't taste super far off from a chicken nugget. As I mentioned, we're trying to reduce our meat intake. So we saw that and we tried it out and we were pleasantly surprised with it. We also tried their sausage variant. We also tried their meatballs. It's so good actually. If you're a vegetarian who's looking for more options, you can try that out. That is it actually. These are items that I have been repurchasing or have purchased throughout the whole quarantine. I love them because some of them actually stem from ideas from my friends. So it actually just started out as wanting to support people, but I fell in love with their products and that's why I'm sharing these to you. And if you want to try them out, I'll leave the details in the description box below. Comment down below what you guys think of the list, and if you guys have favorites from what I just mentioned, or if you even have like, you think you have a better cookie than what I just mentioned, put it down below. I'll be the judge of that. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, join the family. The next video will be a Best Buy of 2020, like a general edition. So this will include house items, makeup items, accessories, gadgets. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching if you made it this far. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!